Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher, and welcome to another episode of the SOAPBOX. Now, if you don't know what a SOAPBOX is, I would suggest that you pause this video right now, hop on over. It's about a 3 or 4 minute video that explains what a SOAPBOX is and the point of this entire series. Then come back over and finish this up with me. And so today, assuming that you've already watched that, today's soapbox is actually about whining. And, I really don't like whining. Whining drives me nuts. And yeah, so you clever viewers are probably saying, well, isn't that kind of what you're doing? And the answer to you is no, it's not. So me. Whining. Okay, so first of all, let me explain a couple of other concepts, such as venting. Venting and whining are not the same thing. Venting to me, as the name or the word would suggest, is letting off steam. And guys do it, girls do it. They do it very differently, typically. But both genders do that to some degree or another, and it needs to be done in a safe place with a safe person because it can be taken wrong. I used to vent a lot, and with my wife, she took it personally sometimes, like I was upset with her when really I was just blowing off steam about a circumstance or situation. So I had to kind of change my approach a little bit with her, and I don't vent near as much as I used to. But basically, it's just getting something off your chest, letting it out. You don't want it. You're not trying to fix it. You may not even be able to fix it. But the pressure's built up, so you release the valve or whatever on the vent. You blow off some steam. You feel better. You move on with your life. Okay, that's venting. Now, whining and complaining is basically the same thing. To me, that is basically constantly finding negative, which is super easy and anybody can do, in circumstances and situations that can be dealt with, can be fixed. There are solutions, but no real desire to fix them. Really, the desire is to complain. The desire is perhaps to get people to feel sorry for you. It's not productive. It doesn't do anything good for anybody. Like venting, you let off steam, de-stress, you move on. Solutioning is where you would have a challenge, a complaint, a whatever, and then you would try to fix it, try to figure it out. Come up with a course of action so that whatever the pain is doesn't continue, doesn't linger. And for those of you that are leaders, if you've got people that you lead that come across as whining, complaining, whether that's their intent or not, I get it. Sometimes we don't feel good physically, and we're trying to open up just to share how we're feeling, how we're doing in the moment, and it can come across as whining, and that could just be a bad day, right? So I'm talking about the consistent, the recurring, regular type of complaining that I call whining, not necessarily being whiny about something. Because my head stopped up and I can't breathe or whatever, right? But if you're a leader, solutioning is so important. So I have a personal policy that when someone comes to me with a complaint, a challenge, whatever, however you want to phrase it, that they're all welcome, first of all. Every challenge, every complaint, again, whatever you want to call them, are welcome only if they are accompanied by at least, at the very minimum, one, and I really prefer two, well thought out solutions. how do we fix this? How do we overcome this challenge? How do we resolve this issue? And it doesn't necessarily mean that those, excuse me, that those ideas that are presented are good ideas. It doesn't mean they're going to be the ideas that are used to overcome the challenge or whatever. It just means that they've spent some time thinking about it, right? That they put some effort into moving forward. So as a leader, that's how you minimize whining. Like I said, don't like it. It's probably my biggest pet peeve. It absolutely drives me nuts. And you know what? I whine on occasion myself. I get into a funk once in a while, and I'll get on my own nerves with that junk. When I realize that's what I'm doing, then I'm just like, kind of slapping myself around, going, snap out of it, get over it. What's the fix? What's the solution? Oh, there isn't one? You're just being a big baby, wanting to suck your thumb. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. You need to talk to God. You need to get over it and move on with your life. Let that go, whatever that funk is, whatever's behind that. Okay? So yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of it myself. Not very often, but occasionally. But as a leader, having that kind of policy that, hey, open door, all thoughts, all ideas, all challenges are welcome. But when you present whatever the challenge is, you must present a possible solution to more. The more the merrier. And then we've got something to start with. Then we've got something to work with. Then I can really engage. We can talk through the possible solutions and see what really might work, or do some additional brainstorming, bring in other people as well, whatever. Now, what is, if you are the person that is in the whiny place, that is doing the whining, that is in that moment at least, whiner, what's the solution for that? Thankfulness. These soapboxes, as I kind of explained, can't remember, but I think I explained in the intro video, these soapboxes are really things that I become or am passionate about sharing. They tend to be something that's bugging me on the negative side of things, but that's not necessarily always going to be the case. Shouldn't be. If it is, then maybe I'm whining. But one of the things I say as well in that intro video is that, the biggest difference between me bringing something up that's on my nerves or whatever, and just leaving it at that, and what I want to do with these videos is that with these videos, I want to have a solution. I want to offer up. So just like I'm talking about, I want to offer up a path forward. What do we do? How do we make the world a better place and overcome that sort of thing? And thankfulness is key, probably the key to overcoming a heart that is just in that negative, funky place of whining, of complaining, of being just negative. Because there is every single day of the week something to be thankful for. No matter how dark your circumstances, there's always something to be thankful for. And this is what I want to present to you today. So I'm just about to hit 10 minutes, and I think I said at some point I'd try to keep these to about 15-ish minutes. But when you are thankful, when you stop and pause and think about the things in this world, in this life, the blessings of God in your life, the things that you are truly thankful for, and not just on Thanksgiving Day. It's sad that many of us, we just do it on that day. But every day, being thankful, cultivating a thankful heart, remembering what it is that God has done for you, what he's doing for you, the good things in your life, man, that just crushes whining. It just destroys it. Because what happens is you get this great perspective. It's like, wow, I I was feeling all bummed about this one little thing, but my life is fantastic. The world, believe it or not, is still an amazing, wonderful, fantastic place. This country, your country, wherever you're at, there are good things. There are good things there. There are miracles. There's green grass and blue skies and mountains and deserts and oceans and all of these things that God has blessed us with. There's healing. There's so much to be thankful for. So, as I said, this is something I'm pretty passionate about because God is really good. And so what I'm going to do with just the last couple of minutes, or I don't know how long it's going to go. It could only go a minute, but I just want to share some pictures. I'll do some, light cheesy music or something behind it so it doesn't, so it's not boring, but just some things that I am passionately thankful about to try to inspire and encourage you to become, if you're not already, passionately thankful about some of the amazing blessings that are in your life. And then what'll happen? You won't whine. You may vent once in a while. It'll become less. And you'll definitely start solutioning. But whining, 99.999% of the whining that you may do today, boom, gone. Unless you're just a terrible patient and you come down with a cold or something, hey, that's acceptable. That's acceptable when you don't feel well. All right, so here goes. I hope you enjoy, and I hope that you will be intentional and cultivate a thankful heart.